probably know what it feels like to strike out. So here are a few tips to help you so you don't strike out as much, hopefully. Today I'm going to talk about how to swing a bat properly. And then the preview of my main points is, first I'm going to talk about the history of bats, and then the stance and the grip when you're hitting, and then the actual swing when you put it all together. So, in the history one, when the first bats were made, they came pretty much from 2x4s to a tree branch, and when they used them in the MLB, most were made out of hickory or white ash, and they made some rules that so the widest it could be, like the thickest around in the barrel, was 2.5 inches, and then the longest length you could have was 42 inches, and then some people in the major leagues used a flat surface on the end of their bat, like it was flat, so they could bunt it better. They had more control of where they were bunting it. And then in the 1890s, the maximum width was changed from 2.5 to 2.75 inches, so it could be a little bit bigger. And then they made it so you could only have round bats and no flat bats. And then there wasn't a whole lot of difference between the wood bats today and the wood bats before, except for the ones today are a lot lighter, and then the handle is skinnier, so that's where they took away most of the weight. And then later in the 1970s, aluminum bats became popular, but they were never allowed in the MLB for safety reasons, because if you hit it really hard, they pop a lot more. And then the stance when you're hitting is you want your feet a little wider than your shoulders, and you want your front foot like 90% of the weight on your back foot, so you can pick up your front foot without falling over, and you want it slightly turned, and then that just helps with keeping the weight off the front foot, because if you're like this, you're ahead of the ball and then you don't hit it as well. And then with the grip, you want to put your bottom hand, you can either put it right on the knob or you can have it up a little bit. The farther up you have it, the faster the swing comes around. But then you want your hands together, you don't want them separate. And then you want to hold the bat with your fingers, not with your palm. And then line up the second set of knuckles on your hands. And then you want you're like this, and you want your back elbow up. And then your knees slightly bent. And then the swing. So you got the stance, and then you take a short or no stride at all, like a little step, and then you twist your hips and squish the bug with your back foot, and then drop your elbow and point the knob of the bat towards the pitcher. And then you extend your arms around and push the bat through the zone where the pitch will be coming, and then you come around and follow through. And the way Mr. Hansen describes it is when you're coming down, some people twist their wrists over, and he calls that they're casting a fishing rod. But he doesn't want you to do that. He wants you to chop the tree down like you're chopping with an axe. And then hopefully it'll straighten out your swing so it's nice and level, not curved, or at an angle. And then, so today I've talked about the history of baseball bats, the stance and grip, and the swing. And so if you follow these steps correctly, hopefully you won't strike out as much.